So today Jupiter will be transiting, that is retrograde will be transiting into Gemini. So what will be the impact of this? Can you please elaborate on that?
Um, yes, right now status of Jupiter is retrograde already. Jupiter is in retrograde motion and sitting in Cancer in Punarvasu Nakshatra. From Cancer, Jupiter is going back. Jupiter is going back to Gemini. So there is a shift from the stability to the mental expansion, because Jupiter is the significator of the expansion and it is coming into the Gemini. So Gemini takes the wisdom of Guru. So basically Gemini takes the wisdom of the Guru. Where Gemini takes the wisdom of the Guru? In ideas, in communication, in learning, in networking, in analytical thinking, and in duality, because Gemini is duality also. So basically what I would say, this is a highly intellectual retrograde now. So it is a retrograde already. Sitting in Cancer, it was retrograde. Now it is going to become highly intellectual retrograde in Gemini. Where wisdom becomes reflective and obviously inward, because retrogression is internalized the energy, the GPT energy. So the rethinking of your belief, that is coming into, because Gemini rules logic, Gemini rules curiosity also, questions also, jigyasu hai Gemini. And Gemini got a diverse portfolio, diverse perspective. A retrograde Jupiter is coming here. So the force of retrograde Jupiter is coming here. And now the superimposition is happening with the layer of Gemini. The retrograde, mighty retrograde Jupiter is coming into the play. Then the re-evaluation of the life philosophy will happen.
Right.
Then the reassessment of the decisions. So it's a natural tendency will come up. What we are discussing, that's in general. So the questioning the old assumption, whatever your assumption, your belief system, so you are questioning that one. And that's a good time for the learning from past mistakes also. So basically I would say this transit is a time for the mental purification. It's a mental purification. And on other front, like communication karma, that reactivates. Gemini is the communication. So we can expect like reopening the old conversation. So old conversation, maybe that stopped. It was maybe on hold. So that's a reopening of the old conversation you might find that is happening. And the correcting the misunderstandings also is a good time. So focus on that. And then revisiting the agreements, rewriting the plans. So rewriting the plans and learning from the past communication errors. If past communication errors happened, then it's time to learn from that. So the intellect become more sharp because guru energy is coming, restless and analytical due to the retrogression. This restless, I would just adding that one. So the teaching, writing, learning, that intensifies in this period, because this is the powerful intellectual retrogression. Now Jupiter got this status in Gemini. So Gemini plus Jupiter retrograde, that is ideal. That is ideal for deep study. If someone want to do the deep study, research also, because research requires deep study, and the writing, because the Gemini is this flavor. In Kalpurus, it's a third house. And teaching, a spiritual reading, Gurudev is coming into the scene. And revisiting scriptures, understanding dualities in the life. That is the good time. So for Jyotish research also, it's an ideal time. It's a perfect period for Jyotish research also, if we are doing that one. Any research.
And this may inspire some short trips also.
Yes, it can. Yeah, third house of the Kalpurus.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that trips might be the spiritual. Yeah. Spiritual places. Spiritual linkage of those short trips. So dual karma comes to surface here. Because Gemini, here the duality is happening, Gemini. And the retrograde Jupiter is activating that one. So this activation is happening. So two different opportunity you might get. Two different opportunity. Two different decisions. Two approaches in the career or in relationship. So it might give the mental indecisiveness. So, but native need to...
Mental indecisiveness because Gemini is an air sign.
Because it's a duality is coming into it. You got two options. So native will be forced to choose with the clarity. That is the thing. So you have to choose one. This clarity here Jupiter is giving, but the manifestation is happening for the two. So the so spiritually, spiritually, because Vedic astrology is a spiritual astrology, I'm always saying this thing. So find truth not outside, but through internal questioning. It's a retrograde Jupiter here. And astrology got an advisory role. So our advice, during this period, avoid overthinking. That's very important. And study deeply. That would be very helpful in research. And engage in the honest conversation. The purity of Jupiter is, needs that one. And don't rush in decision. No. And observe patterns in your belief system. Because this is a time for the inner wisdom, not outer expansion, due to this intellectual retrogression status of Jupiter in Gemini. So with this, I stop. Yeah, this is all about of this transit. Anything?
Overall, we can say it's a period of reviewing and some realignment taking place.
That is retrogression is always saying that's one. Basically, what we did, our approach like a quantum astrology, The principle of superimposition. We are superimposing the layers of the significations, and then the outcome is coming. That's a very much scientific. Although it's a very generic, because the Pauli's exclusion principle is always applying here. Like everyone is unique, so every chart is unique. If somebody wants to have the customized impact of this transit on their life, then they need to consult with a real Dabhagya.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.